ain't easy, it's not what you see on the TV. One life, one chance to be me. I welcome you to the Real Struggle Diary. You know that life ain't easy, it's not what you see on the TV. One life, one chance to be me. I welcome you to the Real Struggle Diary. Are you really doing that right now, Leo? Are you really doing that right now, Leo? Are you really doing that right now, Leo? Welcome, people. Welcome back. How you doing? This is episode 2 of the Real Struggle Diary. I actually can't believe it. We are back by popular demand. Shouts out to all the people who tuned in for the first episode. I appreciate you endlessly. Shouts out to everyone that subscribed from that as well. I appreciate you. And shouts out to everybody on my Instagram story who decided what the next subject was going to be. Here we are. And with us being back, I've made some improvements. Got a little bit of Billie Holiday action going on in the background. Life is beautiful. Statement. Facts. True facts. Also got a ring light. Right now, I'm probably overexposed to you're going to see all my flaws. It is what it is. But you know what? Because we're filming mostly in the evening, it was needed. I don't want to be a blip in the shadow. Do you know what I'm saying? For those that are joining us, welcome. I'm Callie. This is my vlog. It's called The Real Struggle Diary, where we talk life. We talk about my life in particular. In most of these videos I do die from first-hand and second-hand embarrassment, so don't worry yourselves. If you're sat over there cringing, I've already cringed about these things 1,000 times. So yeah, shout out to the gang on Instagram who have decided that you wanted a little sneak peek and insight into my love life, really, or dating history, I guess. I'll bring you tea, and yeah, I definitely got a few stories to tell. As always, we will be changing certain people's names. I may not even include his name, to be honest with you. It's not important like that. I'm not here to expose people. I'm literally just here to tell people my experiences. So let's dive in. As always, got my book of secrets. Before we decide to dive in, we always say a little prayer and we ask God to bless what is about to come out. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. So, once upon a time, there was a girl. I don't even know what age I was at this point. Let's say 25, somewhere around there. There was a girl who was on her way home from work in central London. Now let me explain what happened. So I finished work, I was working in St Paul's at the time, and I jumped on the Tube Central Line 2 stops, I think Liverpool Street Station, where I got a connecting overground train. At this point I'm a bit pushed for time. I think I've left a bit late, but my train comes like once every half hour. So there's me, I'm like mad dash from the underground to where the overground trains are at Liverpool Street. And I can see my train's on the platform, like everyone's past the barrier trying to squeeze on the train. I think I've got about 1 minute, so I've got my oyster ready, tapped through the gate, and I've done a little up the up the platform, as you do. The train's quite packed, so I jumped onto like the 5th carriage or something. And at this point I've kind of just randomly seen there's one guy at the back, there's 2 guys sitting together, and then there's just me. And I'm sitting on the front right hand side by the window, and the guys are sitting on the other side behind me, and they're kind of we've left the station at this point, and these guys start having a conversation, and the 2 guys sitting next to each other started having a conversation with the guys behind them. And one of the guys was explaining about his apparel business. He started a clothing line, and he's having a discussion. He's you know, he's marketing his product to this guy on the train. I commend him for that, by the way.
Big up yourself.
Because it takes a lot to pitch your business ideas, so I'm with that. So I'm just sitting there, and I got my headphones on at this point, and I think I just went, you know, as you do, little eavesdrop. They're having a full-on conversation, and I've kind of been listening. And then this guy turns around and like reads out his Instagram. At this point, obviously, I've already done the test. And this guy, one of the guys on the seat, I'd say he's probably, you know, he's a bit my type. So in their conversation, he's reading out his Instagram handle. I've grabbed my phone, and I know this is so weird. That's so weird, isn't it? It's weird. But I thought, let me just shoot my shot. Got my phone, open Instagram. By this point, he's already read out half of his handle, and I'm kind of like frantically typing it in. I need to realise that I've probably missed some bits because it's not coming up. So at this point, it's like, do you take the chance? Like, do you embarrass yourself? Like, you know, do you tell them you're eavesdropping? And I said, yeah, do you know what? You live once, innit? So I looked over again.
Hello, it's me.
Not got the whole handle. And he was like, okay, so he like told me it again, and I found him and added him, and I was cool, like, and then just went kind of back to my seat and didn't say anything else, sort of situation. Just awkward. It's awkward at that point, isn't it? It's just like very awkward. Like, what do you do? So I just sat there, you know, played it cool, put my music back on, cushy. Got home, and probably like a couple hours later, this guy's messaged me, and he's obviously I've gone on his page and, you know, double tapped, given him a little love and whatnot on his page, and he's later on messaged me just saying, you know, thank you for the support. I'm like, it was nice to meet you. I was like, cool. We had a little conversation, and he's cool. Like, it's nice just to meet people. 2 weeks later, he messaged me again, and we were having a little conversation, and he said, oh, we should hang out. And I was thinking, oh, okay, yeah, why not? Like, I'm single, I'm newly single, you know, I'm mingling with certain people. And I said, okay, like, you know, let's hang out. I accepted his invitation to hang out, and we kind of set a date, and we hung out like normal. Do you know what I mean? Conversation was cool. We hung out for a little while. He went his separate way, I went my separate way, I went home. And again, I think I was probably not entertaining, but definitely speaking with other people, and probably seeing someone else. I don't know what happened, but nothing kind of happened between us two. And some time went past.
One eternity later.
He randomly like messaged me out of the blue one day, and I can't remember what he said. He was like, maybe we should go on a date or something. And I was like, okay, you know, I'm I'm open to dating. Like, you know, it's nice to be asked out. So I said, oh, okay, you know, what do you want to do? And he's like, let's go see a film or something. And I remember at this time the Lion King film was coming out, Beyonce one, and I was like, yeah, I kind of want to see that, even though the movies really isn't my thing. I find it hard to kind of sit still. I'm a bit of a fidget. Do you know what I mean? I'm a live wire. When you get a movie day, it's kind of one of them first dates where it's easy, you know, it's not too pressured. But I suggested Lion King. He was like, yeah, cool, let's do it. So I said, like, do you want me to book the tickets in advance? He was like, yeah. I said, is Stratford cool? He was like, yeah. So I went ahead and just booked the tickets, do you know what I mean? And it was for the night, the premiere. It was the premiere night, the night where it hit the cinemas as well. So I knew it was going to be busy. But yeah, date night came. There's me, you know, I got all prepared. I came home from work, kind of got changed, showered, did all my makeup, did my hair. I wasn't thinking too much about it, but at the same time, obviously, you know, it's a date. To pick me up, everything was cool. I left the house, got in the car, had a little chat out on our way to Stratford. Got out, we parked the car, got in the car park, got out, walked to the cinema together, and everything was like really normal up until this point. And we got into the cinema, and I said, like, do you want snacks? Like, we should have gone and got snacks really beforehand. Do you want to get the snacks? I got the ticket, sort of vibe, you know. He's like, yeah, cool. So we stood in the line for a minute, and this is where things started getting a bit weird. I was just like, I'm an observant person. I always look at what everybody else is doing anyway. So I'm kind of observing his body language, and I'm just thinking, why is this guy like being a bit off? Like, it was weird. And all of a sudden he gets a phone call and he's like, oh, I'm gonna just take this call, and he like kind of goes off into the corner. I see him on the phone and I'm like, I look behind, I'm still in the queue for like snacks or whatever. And I looked over again and he was just gone, and I was like, what the actual hell? And at this point I was just like, obviously the panic set in, like I've got 2 tickets for Lion King. I was just thinking at this point, have I been ditched? Do you know what I mean? That was like my first. That's so bad, isn't it? It's so bad that a girl would think that, like, but obviously my date's just kind of like disappeared. I can't see him. I'm still stood in the snack queue, 2 tickets for the Lion King, thinking like, what the hell should I do? So I waited for about 3 minutes because I was thinking maybe he's just gone because it's a bit loud. We're in the auditorium of the cinema. It's bare rammed. Like, there's people everywhere. I was thinking maybe he can't hear the person. He's gone around the corner. He's gonna come back. So I must have waited probably about 3 or 4 minutes, and I was like next up in the queue to be served for snacks. And I was just a bit like, okay, well, he's not here. I'm not just gonna order food for myself. I don't really want snacks like that. Like, and I don't know what he wants. He kind of disappeared and didn't say anything. So I'm just gonna go and look for my date, really. And I went outside. I went outside the cinema. I went down the ramp. Like, I couldn't see him anywhere. I was thinking, what the hell? I was like, what the hell? I picked up my phone and like no missed calls, no messages, nothing. So at this point, I'm just like, well, I can't see him. I don't know where the hell he's gone. Like, I'm out of here. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I've been stood up. I'm thinking the worst things anyway. This is what it looks like. You understand? From an outsider's perspective, he's just literally left me hanging in the auditorium of a cinema on a date. I'm thinking, all right then. So I left the cinema, left Westfield in the end. I went to the bus station, had my oyster with me. So I said, fuck it, let me just jump on the bus. Like, at this point, my phone isn't ringing. There's no text messages, no nothing. I'm thinking he hasn't even gone back into the cinema. So I just said, no, let me put my big girl pants on and just take my ass home, because really, like, what else can I do? I'm not waiting around. He's disappeared. Anyways, so got on the bus, tapped, went upstairs. It's been pissing down with rain outside. I've been sat outside for about a good 5 minutes waiting for this bus as well, so I'm kind of a bit wet. Not ideal weather. Didn't have an umbrella. Got upstairs on the back seat, and I remember just feeling horrible, like just super horrible. And then all of a sudden, my phone is pinging off. My phone is just pinging off, and it's him, obviously. He's calling me, and I must have let it ring like 4 or 5 times, maybe more than that. And he's just ringing off, like sending me messages. In the end, I picked up the phone, but I'm feeling gutted. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm feeling super shit at this point. I don't want to talk to this guy. I don't care what your reasoning is. Like, I'm done. Do you know what I mean? That kind of how dare you attitude. Anyways, because I'm me, I picked up one of the calls, and he was like, babe, where are you? Where are you? I said, what do you mean? Where am I? Look at you. Where are you? Do you know what I mean? And he was just like, yeah. Like I said, one of the reasons I gave is like, yeah, I saw someone, I had to duck out. Like, I'm in the car park, come find me. I was like, nah, I'm on a bus, I'm on my way home. He's like, let me come to you, like, I'm so sorry, like, we should have gone to a different cinema, like, I knew it would have been it's a Bay Area for me, da da da. I'm just thinking, like, these are the excuses or whatever, like, and he's like, oh, I didn't disappear, like, I wanted our date, all of these types of things. But at this point, the damage is done. Do you know what I mean? Like, the damage is done. Like, I get it, but at the same time, I was just embarrassed, innit? Do you know what I mean? Embarrassed, a little bit let down, a little bit gutted. It wasn't the best. And after that night, I didn't speak to him again for ages. And he did pop up like probably almost a year after that, just asking how I was. And I still wasn't having any of it. I'm not gonna lie. Locked off, done. I'm not even following him anymore. Not to say he's a bad guy, but it was a horrible situation, and just one of a couple of bad situations. I wouldn't say all, because I would definitely say my dating life has had more positives than negatives. However, I definitely have met a couple guys along the way that have just been weird or given me weird situations or played the game. A lot of that going on. And as always, I'm here telling you my truths, bearing my truths about the things that I've been through and the people that I've met and the situations. And just to say, really, yeah, I needed to obviously learn something from this. I don't know what it was, maybe a little bit more about self-esteem and maybe, yeah, how I handle things. But yeah, I did go home, girls, I'm not gonna lie, girls and boys, I went home, had a little cry, there was a little private moment, because I took it really personally. Yeah. So we're cutting these vlogs shorter. The first one was like half an hour long. We're not going to do that with this one. So it's just a quick short story. One of my many stories, I'm sure, to come under this vlog title. We're going to call it the F-Boy Diaries. Yeah, stay tuned. Like I said before, not every experience is a good experience. Not every person you meet you're going to be compatible with. And I'm so open-minded that I'm okay with sharing these. There's that fucking fly again. Lord. I'm so open-minded that I'm okay with actually sharing these things with you, and I don't mind sharing my experiences, no matter how much first or second-hand embarrassment that I have to serve myself. But yeah, there we go. On to the next one. Please comment, like, subscribe. Also, please definitely find my Instagram in the box below. I'd really appreciate you following me on Instagram. I'd love to see you all there. But yeah, until next time, stay tuned. We out.